Hey everybody, my name's Joel, and this is A Stable Life. Gotta love the smell of that fresh stable air. It's gonna be a good one today, guys. I can feel it. I figured we would start the morning off right with some donkeys. That's right. How are you guys doing? How you doing, Buster? How you doing, Rocky? Yeah? How you guys doing? Yeah, good morning. Oh, you're getting so fluffy as we're coming into winter. Oh my goodness, yeah. So fluffy. Shall we get you guys fed? I think so. Let me tell you guys, today we are going to be off to a pretty good start. For starters, today is going to be the first day of the entire season where we're actually getting below freezing. At least that's if the forecast is right. We all know how that is. So today's feeding video, guys, I'm going to be taking you with me as we go through the stable and feed all of our horses. Also, I'm using a new camera if you haven't noticed. You guys will have to let me know if the quality is noticed or not. You know, we're getting closer to winter when the stable's top door and bottom door are closed. I hear hungry horses, and that means that I need to get moving. That's for sure. So to start, we gotta get our grain measured out and set in our buckets. We gotta get our hay put in the horses, and it's manure day. I'm excited, guys. I hope you are too. Don't worry though, I'm not gonna be showing as much manure footage this time around, but I'm just letting you know, that's right, it's manure day. Something that's going to be important for today, guys, is I've got to make sure that all the horses are going to be okay for tonight's cooler weather. It's real important to make sure that the horses won't have any issues. That's for tonight. So some of you are already familiar with what I'm doing. For all the newcomers to the channel, let me give you just a brief idea of what's going on. So we take the bucket and dump it into the other bucket. Each bucket that I'm holding here has that specific horse's measured out feed and supplements. Usually in the morning, the horses don't get any supplements. That's usually only fed in the afternoon. The simple reason for the fact is that in the morning feeding, there's a lot more going on than in the afternoon feeding. And most of these supplements that we're giving these horses is something that they only get once a day. So to prevent us from having to do a lot in the mornings, we moved a lot of the supplements to the afternoons. Better for the horse, better for us, better for everybody. You know, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought horses were impatient. I had no idea that miniature donkeys would be more than double the impatience of a regular horse. It's crazy! But at least they're cute. If you've ever been around horses, you'd know that hay is one of the most important things when it comes to their health. That's because hay, in reality, isn't something that you could readily get, at least for a decent price, that is. We're very thankful that here, my uncle actually has a lot of ground that he farms specifically just for hay. I'm sure some of you guys have seen us working with some of that hay over on the Veggie Boys. That hay, a lot of it actually gets used for our horses, especially all of the small square bales. You can imagine with 19 horses how much hay we go through. On average, we usually go through between 3,000 and 3,500 bales of hay every year. I know for some of you, that's nothing. And for others, that's an exorbitant number. For us, it's quite a lot, especially when you consider that during the winter time, usually it's down to me and a few others that gets all that hay in here for the horses to eat. And in the wintertime, horses gotta eat something. There's no grass growing, so that means that there's hay. So we have a select few number of horses that don't actually get all of the needed food out in the horse pasture. And for those horses, when they come in every morning, we have a fresh slice of hay waiting for them just to give them that added boost that they're already receiving from their grain. Hay is extremely healthy for horses. Good hay is extremely healthy for horses. By the way, did you guys forget that it's manure day? Because I definitely didn't. He didn't have any. He didn't have any. Thanks, Champ. I always knew Champ was a good horse. Unlike Archer here. Two tubs for Archer. Two. All right, that was one section. I'm gonna go get the next section. Now, most of this is actually manure that's built out through the week. This isn't something that just happens every single day. It's more of a once a week thing. If the tubs get too full through the week, we have a wagon at the other end of the stable. The owners can take the muck bucket out and dump it in the wagon. That way it's not in their stall. Whew! All right, got all that manure done. Now we can finally let some horses in. Starting here with Mr. Poncho. Come on, Poncho. Come on, bud. Be free. Go get your food. All right, boys, you ready to come in? Yeah? There you go. Hey, Falcon. Hey, Champ. Hey, what's up, Mr. Poe? Jack? Rebel? Casino? I've noticed a few of you have asked the question, what do you do if they go in the wrong stall? Guys, then you go in and get them and bring them to the right stall. Believe it or not, it actually does happen from time to time. Actually, a perfect example is what's happening right now. You see Champ just left his stall and now he's wandering around. The reason why that is because he actually finished his feed. Door's open, so why not leave and go to the pasture, right? Wrong. Champ, I need you to go back into your stall, please. Come on, Champ. In you go. Simple as that. Okay? You gotta wait. Mr. Speedy Gonzalez over here. And don't fault me for asking nicely. Sometimes that works, okay? Like Suede here. Suede appreciates when I ask him nicely. Guys, guess what? It's donkey time! That's right. It's donkey time. I come bearing gifts, donkeys. Yes, that's right. I have the food. Don't judge me. You wanna come here? Huh? You know, if you're ever having a bad day, just coming out here and watching those two just run around the pasture, that'll definitely just take your mind off of whatever's stressing you. Once we'll get into the late fall and early winter, basically when it's really wet, but the ground hasn't frozen, we really have to monitor our hay feeders very closely. The ground can sometimes get very wet and muddy, as it does with animals that have hooves. So we monitor that closely to make sure that does not get to a bad level. If it does, I come in with my tractor and I will scrape the ground and scrape that all away. Otherwise, the horses can get something that's called an abscess, which is basically a disease that occurs on their hooves, and it can make them go lame, or in other words, it makes it hard for them to walk, and you can't ride them for a period of time. We try to keep our horses as healthy as possible. That means we need to keep the ground as healthy as possible. So that's something we monitor up until the ground freezes. Once the ground freezes, it's not as much of an issue. Usually it just takes the horses a little bit longer to get up and down the pasture because they take their time, which is important. Unless you always have a few nutcases that feel like flying by the seat of their pants is the best way to live life. But aside from that, you have no issues. So you guys have actually already met 3 of our horses, and that was Spitfire, Obi, and Falcon here. But our 5 horses are actually Argento, which is my mom's horse. Obi, as you know, is mine. Spitfire, as you know, is my dad's, sort of. Rebel, which we actually lease out to another person to use. And then Falcon over here. So we're gonna start with my guy. I want you guys to keep in mind the simple fact that it has been raining a lot, and these horses absolutely love to roll in the dirt. So yeah, my guy's a little dirty, so don't judge me on that. But he's definitely a lover, that's for sure. So you guys wanted some background info on Obi in regards to what his breeding is, what his birth is. So Obi is actually a grade quarter horse. A grade quarter horse basically means that he's not a registered quarter horse. We actually rescued him on December 31st of 2016, and then he's been with us ever since. He was born in 1999, so that means he's coming up on being 23 years old, which is pretty crazy to think about, but he's definitely one of my favorite horses, being that he is my horse. I absolutely love him. As you saw on the trail ride, he takes good care of you. Aside from occasional, he throws a little temper tantrum here and there, but you know, what's to be desired, right? So there you guys go. That's some background information on Obi. And on a side note, Obi absolutely loves to lick things. The more you know. So our next horse that I wanted to introduce you guys to, one of our troublemakers is Argento, which is actually my mom's horse. He's currently trying to eat my phone. Please stop. Thank you. I actually had to look up some info on Argento because we have a lot of paperwork on him, so I had to make sure I got everything all down correctly. So Argento is a Rhineland Pfalz Sar, which is a German warm blood. Now you might be thinking I have never heard of that breed in my life. Well, you would be correct, sir, because it's not a very common breed like a quarter horse or an Appaloosa, which you might be thinking based on his color that's what he is, but he is not. He was born actually in Germany. His date of birth was May 12th, 2011. We got him on June 9th of 2018. Argento likes to cause problems, as you saw. If you go to our fence video, which I'm gonna link right here, you guys can take a look and see Argento was pretty much always there while we were working on the fence. He loves to be loved. So if you're with him, he wants to have all of your attention and only your attention. No one else's. Him and Leia actually don't get along that well, which is kind of funny to watch. So if I actually get to see that, I'm going to try to film it because it's pretty hilarious. Bottom line, Argento loves to cause problems, but he's also very beautiful, so he gets away with a lot of it. So there you guys go. That was kind of a nice brief introduction to our horses. I can introduce you guys to any of the horses in our stable, give you some background information on who they are and what they are, and tell you a little bit about their personalities. I'm going to do my best to record what they do because it's always interesting and funny to watch. But with that, I'm going to get started on Manure, but don't worry, you guys are spared today. I'll see you guys after that's taken care of. So I'm here in Buster and Rocky's stall, and we actually use the exact same sawdust that you see used with the cows for the donkeys. We don't use it for all of the horses because of its dust, but for the donkeys, it's nice because of it soaks up their urine, makes it very easy to clean the stall because they're in the stall all night. So that means that every now and then I have to go over there and grab some sawdust. So I've got my recycling can, and we're gonna take that over there and get some sawdust. You guys want to go for a ride? What about you? You want to go for a ride? You want to go for a ride? I'll take that as a yes. Apparently they're having some problems with the grain bin. So once I finish up with horses, we'll come over and see what's going on with that. For now, I need to scoop some sawdust. We have the best sawdust spreader around. That's right, a coffee cup. All right, let's get this back to Buster and Rocky. All right, guys, I got Manure done. We got the sawdust put in for the donkeys. So now it's time to let out the horses. And our first horse up is going to be Suede. Right, Suede? You ready to go out? All right, perfect. He's actually the only horse that goes out that way. Every single other horse is going to be going that way. You ready, Archer? Go ahead, buddy. All right, champ. Go on ahead. All right, Poe. There you go, buddy. One moment, Declan. One moment. I gotta get Casino. Hey, Casino. Hey, buddy. Ooh. There you go, buddy. I know. I know. No. That's not where you go, Casino. Oh, Casino, you go down the aisle, not in the stall. Come on, you go this way. There you go. That's the direction you go. Declan, you're gonna have to tell him. He goes that way. Come on. There you go. Let's go. There you go, buddy. Out you go. That horse can never get enough hay. He always needs to get just one more bite. All right, guys, I'm gonna get the rest of these guys out. So I'll see you guys once all the horses are out and in the pastures that they're supposed to be in. All right, so we got all the horses turned out. Thank you, Leia, for helping me. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so we're just gonna get this gate closed up, and then that's gonna be it for our morning feeding. As you guys are well aware of, we feed twice a day, so this will be the conclusion for our morning feeding. I'll be back here at the horse stable around 3 p.m. for the afternoon feeding. Well, this is where we're going to be drawing an end to the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe and let me know down in the comments below what you liked and what you want to see more of, because it certainly helps. And do your best to share this video around. Help it grow. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you guys. Bye for now.